So in this video, I want to talk to you about writing a resume. Now there are lots of videos out there that will provide you information about the resume writing process, and most of them focus on format. I want to do something a little bit different. Now in our resume writing material on thebusinessprofessor.com, you can find the links down below. We provide you a template and a very detailed guide in terms of the format of the resume. Okay. So now I'm just going, you can read through that and see how things are laid out. And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking to you about that. But one thing I do want to stress is that what you're really trying to go for there in the resume is that you want it to stand out, but you need it in a way to be the same, right? If you look at the resume templates put out by the Career Centers at the top business schools across the country, they look relatively similar. Okay, and I know you're thinking, well, why do I want to look similar if so many business students are using pretty much the exact same resume template, that format? And the answer is this. When individuals are making a decision to hire, they're looking at the resume, they're reviewing it very quickly. If there are a lot of applicants, a lot of resumes to look through, you want to make certain that that individual can look at your resume very quickly and glean the information that they need. Okay, they can find it without having to search, and that's what you get with a format that's readily recognized. They'll know where education is, they'll know where experience is, they know where skills are. That information will pop out at them. They will not have to use as much effort. That way it's less likely that it's confusing. They don't have to search for information. It's just right there for them. So you want to stand out in terms of your accomplishment and your ability as a candidate, but you don't want to be so different from what they're used to seeing that they have to scour your resume for information. Okay, so now generally the resume is going to be one page, right? The resume, the very nature of the word means it's a summary, and it's a summary of your whole life's work, right? Your curriculum vitae, or your running life's work. So that being said, it's a cut down version. Keep it to one page because in the ideal world, the person reading your resume has the resume in one hand, the cover letter in the other, and they're looking back and forth between the two as they're skimming the cover letter and looking at the resume. Okay, so now in terms of what you're trying to accomplish with the resume, okay, let's take a look at the experience section. Now, aside from format, you're generally going to have bullets of information. Most people just default to below my company, then position title, then below that the bullets of experience or the things that I did. Okay, and that's true. You'll want to focus on where you added value to the company, particularly when it's not obvious. Okay, but here's what you also want to do. You want to show your business acumen. You want to show that you understand the business process, right? You want to have a higher level look at it, the way the manager would look at it and say, what are the metrics I care about, operationally, accounting wise? What are the things I care about so that this business is performing well? And focus on them to the extent you have contributed in any way to the performance of the company, whether it's simply meeting goals, whether it's part of an impressive number or metric that you can give as far as business performance, whether it's an improvement, like something raised by a certain percentage, that type of thing. You will show that you have a good general business knowledge, and that's going to be impressive to whoever reads it. Even outside of your given business field or function, they're going to see that you have a strong business acumen, that you're a business professional. Now, the way to do that is, one, you actually have to understand the value proposition. What goes out, what comes in, right? What do they care about? What's the ratios? What's the splits? What's the turnovers? What's the time period? What are the operational metrics, the financial metrics that they're looking for? So use that specific language for that job, that task, that industry, and use the symbols to illustrate it. Put number signs, put dollar signs, put percentage change in there. Why? Because your eyes track to those above letters. They stand out among the letters. So again, the letters that make up words, right? So again, it's going to draw attention to those important aspects when somebody's quickly looking over your resume. Lastly, skills, right? Make sure you develop the skills necessary for your career field or career path, right? Even if the next job, the next promotion will require a skill set. Acquire those, whether it's through additional traditional courses, whether it's online learning, whether it's self-taught stuff, in practice, just learn the skills you're going to need for the position and be honest in your resume in terms of the extent of your experience with it. If you say you have some skills in something, have the skills there. Make sure that's true, but also identify the extent of your skills. Beginner, intermediate, advanced, working, that type of thing. So, and lastly, anything you put down there that is made to identify you as a person, that is to help them understand who you are type scenario, be careful of putting anything down there that could be controversial or could serve to alienate you among some people. Because, again, as I've said in our other videos, and please do watch our other series on fit, people hire others based upon the extent to which they believe they fit with their culture, their company, that type of thing. And people tend to believe the company's culture is their culture, right? That type of thing. So, with that being said, you want to try to demonstrate a level of fit without doing anything that ostracizes somebody else or pushes them away. So to the extent you can do that, but if you have things that may be perceived by somebody as not being positive, it might be something to leave out, right? Those things will come up. If you're able to secure the position, those things will come up and people will start to understand those things about you as a person, but it won't be a point that that can cause them to shy away from you as choosing you as a new employee just because of those things. So just be conscious that is. With that being said, if you take these things into consideration when putting your resume together, use the format that we provide to you, you'll have a strong working resume to use for your career advancement.